What's up, cuties? Thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. If you are not subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Definitely click the like button on your way in. We got an update when it comes to Karen Huger. You guys will hear her full plea to the judge. We know that on February 26th, Karen Huger of Real Housewives of Potomac was sentenced to 2 years in prison. Two, with one of those years being suspended. And we're going to take a listen. She got me, but the judge was not buying it at all. Also, we will go over two of her castmates on Real Housewives of Potomac. We'll go over their statement. But I do want to say that I will be sharing this from reality TV, reality entertainment TV, on Instagram. Shout out to them for the audio and all the hard work that they do. And as I mentioned, we will go ahead and take a listen. And then I want you guys to let me know your thoughts on this. I feel sad for Karen. I do. Take a listen, cuties.
Ms. Huger, is there anything you'd like to say before the court imposes its sentence?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'd have to hear from you.
I have to tell you the statement. Didn't want to forget anything. Your Honor, I want to apologize for taking this case to trial. But I also want to thank you for allowing me to have the trial. I think it was the mirror I needed to take a hard look at myself and the direction I was headed in. I think my prior cases, I showed up to court, followed the advice of my lawyers, got the case resolved, and went my way. I like to think I took the cases seriously. But this certainly has been such a much different experience for me. An experience that demanded that I take a look at myself, truthfully.
Oh my goodness, Karen.
I think for many years I was putting a Band-Aid on some personal history that was leaving me very unhappy. It is possible that just like taking daily medication for high blood pressure and cholesterol, I just thought medication for depression and anxiety was something that came with the territory of getting older and having more responsibilities and more to worry about. And certainly there was a sense of entitlement that I should be allowed to keep on consuming alcohol. I have been successful.
Did you guys hear that? And look, that was admirable for her to say. She felt like with everything that she had gone through before this, she deserved a drink here or there. You know what I mean? Let's continue.
It's been 15 years since my last DUI. Why should I give up the social indulgence? Well, this case is why. Drinking responsibly, especially while taking medications, mean not drinking at all. I failed at that miserably.
Yes,
I understand how lucky I am that I hit a tree. Thank God I did not hit a pedestrian. In recovery, I was told of a young man named Kevin who hit a tree when he was 17 years old. Kevin was in a coma for 30 days.
Oh my goodness.
Kevin is now permanently brain damaged and his life will never be the same. I asked God, why not me? The only answer I could come up with was that I was spared because I have a responsibility to use my unique optic lens and teach others and affect quite possibly millions of people with the message of not drinking and driving. I understand better the brutal clarity of the fact that when you're behind a car driving, you're not just driving for yourself. It's my responsibility to make sure my community members make it to their destination safely as well. I want to thank the officers who came to my assistance that night and apologize for my attitude back on March 19th. They were truly professional and gracious toward me at a time when I was not. The body cameras definitely prove that they were right and I was wrong.
Yes, it did.
I should have handled the situation differently. Your Honor, I have a lot on my plate now, but I understand this is all for a very good reason. I will not let you down. I will not let my community down. I will follow through on everything I am currently doing to maintain my sobriety and everything you ordered me to do.
Now, right there, she said, "In everything you order me to do." I believe when Karen wrote that statement, she was very optimistic that the judge was going to let her slide by. And we know that did not happen. Let's continue.
And I can assure you that AA is going to remain a part of my life for the rest of my life. I will graduate out of programs, probation, and interlock terms will end. But I know that the relationships that I am creating with AA could and should and will last a lifetime. Those relationships are the greatest offer that I can offer you of my terms of sobriety and success. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate your.
All right. Oh my goodness. You know, I can admit to you guys, I got a lump in my throat. I really, really did when I was listening to that initially. Karen does sound remorseful. You know what I mean? She does sound sorry about her actions. And it just goes to show you how one action can change the course of your life. You know what I mean? And I know that she hopes or hoped or wished that she could have done that whole night over. Just give me a do-over. And unfortunately, she could not. And very great statement. You know, we do know that Karen was under a lot of pressure as far as losing her parents and all of that. However, there was no reason for Karen not to hire a personal driver to pick her up to and from. You know what I mean? And prayers going up to Karen. I was saddened, but this is serious. It really is. And even with her speaking about the young man in rehab that is, you know, for the rest of his life, by his choice of drinking and driving and hitting that tree, he will never be the same. Now, before I get into the cast statements, I want to ask you guys, do you think that once Karen is released, do you think that she'll live up to her words of what she just told the judge? Do you think that she'll use her platform? Because I do think that she will be back on a Real Housewives of Potomac, God willing. But do you think she'll go to AA? Do you think that everything she said in that last minute attempt to get a little pity from the judge, will she do that? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Time will tell. But Karen and her lawyers chose to take this to trial. I will never understand that. But let's go ahead and or let me go ahead and give you guys the breakdown of what Ashley Darby had to say. Ashley said that she cried like a baby after learning Karen Huger was sentenced to 2 years in prison. And this is according to People, but they say that Ashley was very, very emotional. And she's sad, you know what I mean, by the turn of events. And I can see that. You know what I mean? I can see that. Although we know that a lot of these reality TV stars bicker back and forth when it comes to them being on these shows, I really can't see that or understand what Ashley is saying. But Ashley said, I really care about Karen. And I learned this on a train coming here today, meaning she learned of the news. And again, she cried like a baby. So Karen is 61, and I believe Ray is 80. And I am so very concerned about Ray. You know, here's a picture of Karen, Ray, Karen's son, and her daughter with Ray. And what are they going through right now in this moment? I cannot imagine. Beautiful family, beautiful family. And again, one decision has changed the course of all of their lives. I do believe that the children will stick by Ray. You know, I don't know if the youngest daughter lives there or not. Probably not, because I believe she's in college. But they'll come together as a family and make sure that dad is taken care of. So prayers going up for the whole family. Giselle. Giselle was a little messy. Yes, she was. But she did say that she was sorry as well and very concerned. But her statement was, I am shook. This just happened today, meaning yesterday. I do not have her wigs. Now, why did you have to say that, Giselle? At a serious time like this, why did you have to mention Karen's wigs? But she goes on to say that she is concerned, and in all seriousness, she is concerned for Karen's safety. And she said Karen ain't cut out for jail. She said that she prays that Karen will be okay and that the Lord will be with Karen. And we know that Karen said the same about Ray. God is with you. You'll be all right. And all of that. So look, I'm getting a little lump right now. Just talking about all of this. It is a lesson and a message to us all. Even if you go out and you may have one drink, you never know how that mixture with maybe some type of medicine or whatever the case may be, you don't know how that will really, really affect you. So I'm just going to say, because I know I'm just going to implement this going forward. If I have one drink while I'm out, somebody else is going to be there to drive me, or, I'm going to call a driver. So very, very unfortunate events. That judge was not having it. And they said that this judge was angry at Karen. And we will never know. Did the judge lose a family member to a drunk driver? Was his anger warranted? I really do think that it was. This was number 4 as far as DUIs when it comes to Karen. And she said that her last DUI case was 15 years ago. Ma'am, that did not make a difference. Because most times you probably was still drinking and you just did not get caught. You just did not have an accident. But it's very sad. 61 years old. She's still, fairly a young lady. And let's just hope mentally she's able to get through this. We don't know for sure if she'll have to serve that full year or if she can do things while locked up that will shave off some of that time. But I hope that Karen does come out stronger, wiser. And I really do hope that she does use her voice, her platform, and use that to educate others as far as how one night, one decision can alter your life, But drop down in the comments. Continue to let me know your thoughts on this. Again, prayers going up to all parties involved. May God give Karen the strength, you know what I mean? And I'm just hoping that Ray will hold on. I'm just hoping, because that would really be a heartbreaker. If, God forbid, Ray, being the age that he is, suffers any type of health challenges or anything like that while his wife is locked up. It's so sad. But I can guarantee you this. We're going to see Karen Huger back on Real Housewives of Potomac, and I'm going to be watching. Yes, I am. But thank you guys again. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you have not hit the like button, please go ahead and do so. Click that notification bell. That way you'll know when I drop future videos or when I go live. And as I mentioned, drop down in the comments and let's chit chat. Chat with you guys soon. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. With QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT.